Hey baddies, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm traveling to Halifax, Nova Scotia for a Canadian Medical School conference. So I got to the airport at 6 a.m. for my 6:45 boarding because I've kind of mastered the Ottawa airport by now, and I knew that the security would be empty as expected. It was literally dead. I got booster juice for the trip and I wore my clothes to get there just in case I wanted to go to the conference right away, but I was so wrong. I wanted to rest. Also, this is my favorite makeup bag because it opens flat, but you can just throw everything inside and then quickly close it up. So I love it. It's a lazy girl life hack. So a quick little room tour, nothing special, but I did get this room sponsored for free, so I thought it was pretty nice. The washroom was beautiful, the rooms were nice, and the view was much nicer than I expected. So a slave for Nova Scotia in that sense.
I think the most extra thing I bought is probably a full Bath and Body Works soap because I don't like bar soap that's provided and I have to share. So I bought my own. These are the bathroom essentials. And then I think the second most extra thing I brought is my own hangers. Okay, honestly, they have a lot more hangers than usual for a hotel, but usually they'll have like two, and that's just not enough. And I actually do like to hang my clothes so they don't get
My
wrinkled.
new favorite thing to do when I'm traveling is putting each of my clothes for each day in a packing cube because I always end up organizing things so well, but then I mess it up when I'm picking out what to wear.
I feel really sleepy and messy right now, so I'm probably gonna sleep for lunch. My roommate is at the conference, but I'm excited to meet her. She's another med student and she seems really nice over text. I ended up napping for way longer than I thought, but I did my makeup and I'm ready to go. This is the final outfit. The whole walk is uphill and it's really icy.
I'll give a little review.
Go.
Okay, Halifax review so far. It's been really, really rainy and snowy and wet, but we've made it to the open bar, and so I think things are looking up. Yeah.
Okay, we're having a great time. We got a little snacks and appetizers. We also got a little raffle.
Yeah.
And we'll see what we win.
Woo! Hello, my loves.
The weather is terrible.
Yeah, it's a little scary.
But vibes. Nothing
We
stops
spent our
us.
first night by first going out to dinner to get to know each other more because we were a few people from different schools. And then we went to a social that was for people at the conference. But low-key, the people at the bar told all of the people at the conference we could come there. And then they were annoyed that a lot of us showed up. It was the second day, super exciting. Today I was receiving an award, so I wanted to look super put together, but not like I tried too hard. And I got these pink heels specifically for today because I need to justify just buying them. So this is my excuse. I think they're so cute and they were actually so comfy. I walked around Halifax all day in them and I had no foot pain.
I somehow missed the cafe. I've never walked too far, but I missed it today. So maybe I should enter Olympic speed walking. Walking downhill in heels is a sport. Do you see how downhill
I also
it is?
suffer
don't know
from
if
this
you can tell.
syndrome where every morning I must buy an iced coffee or an iced matcha from somewhere outside, and that is just the perfect start to my day. But I fear I got a matcha. That was not it. That was not it. It was $9 for such a sad matcha. No extra flavor, just an iced matcha with sugar. I had to cope with that, so I just had a silent walk to commemorate my losses.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I thought I was running late and I still stopped to get the matcha, but when I got there, I was like the first one. It was literally empty and that never happens. So it was lunchtime and they said that they were providing some lunch and snacks. And y'all, it was the most healthiest snacks I've ever seen, like carrot chips with asparagus dip. I guess they just really want us to embody what being a physician is. I realized I have downtime because I don't have to go to the rest of the events. And everyone was telling me, why are you going if you don't have to? And then I realized, why am I going? So then instead, I explored a little bit of Halifax and got to see some areas really close to my place by the water. It's Friday evening. I have a dinner that's for award winners only. Exclusive, exciting-ish. But I also don't like that it's so exclusive because I feel like that puts pressure on me to have to talk. And what if I'm shy? I did take a big fat nap, but I feel so good after, so no regrets.
I don't like seafood, so I'm a bit worried about what I'm gonna eat.
Okay, update. It's actually going better than I thought. I'm not nervous.
But that's because I saw one girl and she didn't have anyone, so then she like took me and was like, we're together now. And now we're friends.
The food actually ended up being amazing because it was a 3-course meal. I didn't realize, but when they asked dietary restrictions, I said halal. I don't think they realized I could have seafood, so they made me a whole special meal, and it was a butter chicken, and it was really nice. So today is just some helpful sessions on CARMS prep. So CARMS is, I think it stands for Canadian Something Residency Match System. Canadian? I don't know what the A is for, but when it comes to interviews, my biggest advice is your confidence and your anxiety and the way you come off. I cannot talk for the life of me without making jokes or showing some sort of personality or saying slay or hello. The housekeeping. That wasn't my room. That's awkward. Almost 2 p.m. So I really should not be in my room. That's embarrassing. Okay, yeah, with interviews, it is so easy to come off as anxious or monotone or get stuck up in just saying what they want to hear. But when I tell you, some people might have a heart attack with how I answered my med school interview questions. I decided I'm going to be fully me, and if they don't accept me, then they don't deserve me because they don't love me for who I am. So did I say slay in my med school interview? Yes, 4 times. I counted 4 times. And who knows, maybe they decided, let's get her in because she said slay. Because she's not scared of that. With interviews, I think preparation helps a lot. Preparing with other people, filming yourself, getting feedback. If you are interested in an interview tips video, I could make one. I just don't know if people are interested in hearing what I have to say about that. The scariest interview I've actually ever had was when I was applying to med school my second time. At this point, I was like, if I don't get into med school, I need to have some sort of backup. So I was looking into masters, maybe work in a mass spec lab for a year and do my masters and reapply to med school. So I applied for this scholarship for a master's, and the interview was the most intense thing I've ever had. It was an interview 9 to 5. The actual interview was 2 sessions of 40 minutes with all these important people, moderator, whatevers. But then the rest of the day, there were important people that you were networking with, and they were evaluating how you networked, how you interacted with all the other interviewees. So that was such an interesting day. I have never been so social as I have in my life for that day. So compared to that, med school interviews where I was like, nice. Honestly, I have not spent too much time exploring Halifax, which does make me a bit sad, but I'm not like actually sad about it. I think it's more so just FOMO. I'm also someone who really prioritizes my time for resting and comfort. So if it's not too feasible for me to go and visit stuff, I'm not gonna try and force it. But tomorrow I think is like entirely off. So hopefully I can see some stuff then. Oh my gosh, the sun is out. It's actually beautiful. I have sunglasses, but I don't want to put them on because it'll ruin my nose makeup. I had to go for a round 2 and get redemption for yesterday's matcha. So this was a really cute cafe that was really small, and that's how I knew it was trustworthy when it has literally no space to stand. I can't do hot drinks at all, but I got my iced latte, and listen, oh my gosh, it was so good. The coffee was so amazing. The espresso was so smooth. I was so happy. This is what I needed. Once the CARMS prep session was over, low-key, it was really scary, so we needed to just go and forget about it. So we explored some Halifax cute night places like restaurants, and we had some really nice conversations.
My checkout is in like 1 hour, so I have to quickly pack everything. It's not too much, it's not bad. But I'm excited for our last day. I'm gonna see my friend who lives in Halifax from undergrad, so I'm very excited. Hey everyone, we're here with special guest celebrity star Health Star May, and we are going to this cute little French place.
What I thought was so cute is that Halifax doesn't have many places, so this brunch place ended up having so many people from the conference, and I got to introduce my friend to them. The food was really good. Surprisingly, I'm used to Ottawa and Toronto prices, so things were looking affordable. Look how cute their small Americano was. Like, oh my gosh. The cutest cup ever. We played We're Not Really Strangers, and I think this was my first time where we actually played and people followed the rules. So that was nice. And we explored a few nicer areas of Halifax. So I finally got to see the city, which is great because I was hoping for that. It's actually a very cute town. I think they have made the most of being close to the water. There was also someone literally surfing, and it was honestly freezing outside. Like, we were in our winter parkas, so good for this man surfing in this weather. That is what I aspire to be. And because we had a lot of time, we got to have a whole photo shoot, which was really fun. And of course, mandatory skipping rocks. I was actually sad to leave when it ended. It was a really good 4 days. Some good takeaways I have is to be confident. Don't be anxious about what other people are thinking when you're networking, because they are just as anxious as you. And I've also learned med students are not punctual. So if you're a med student that's running late, there's probably a med student running later than you.
Hey, it is the next day. I got back home at I think 12:30 a.m. I have this issue where I cannot go to sleep until I unpack. I don't know if y'all are like this, but no matter what time I get home after a flight, I must unpack. So I ended up sleeping around 3 a.m. And then I woke up at 7:30 for my 8:30 a.m. class, so that's lovely. But overall reflections, I'm really glad for the experience because it was really nice to meet other med students. I feel like going to a conference like this, where it's about like medical education or leadership, I was very intimidated because a lot of the med students there are going to be like high achievers, and it's really inspiring but also very intimidating. But I had no reason to be worried because it was really nice meeting everyone and I made some nice friends.
We hope you enjoyed this brief construction montage.